You might be wondering what they're trying to do with, you know, these energy weapons, like why they would be practicing with them. They can have all sorts of medical functions. Like they can make people who are sick more comfortable. They can make enemies really uncomfortable. They can basically help you control medical conditions that make you really uncomfortable. Like people who are on chemotherapy, they're really uncomfortable. The medication they're taking makes them literally super, super sick. So they've found ways to like comfort people. Like, I could go into it later, but I don't want to sound all like I'm going into different topics and rambling. But I wanted to add that's also what they're doing with energy weapons. And for someone in my case who has heart issues, um, instead of keeping me comfortable, and they should, if they want to do this to help people, I find it really creepy. Like this is the mark of a toxic codependent. They're literally like focusing on people instead of focusing on themselves. Like it's like someone like chasing you around asking you if they could rub your feet. Like it's cute, but it's creepy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so if there's people who are trying to make you comfortable, that's cool. Like if you have cancer, you're dying and you're in a hospital and there's people trying to help with like palliative and hospice care. I get it. But people like me, I am literally just a random person. Who knows if someone's trying to give me indirect hospice care? But what they're not doing is giving me indirect hospice care or palliative care. What they're doing is palliative care is like how you take care of yourself and cope with the symptoms of what you're dealing with, what your illness, what your whatever. If you have like malignant cancer, like you're about to die, and then hospice care is literally when you were dying on your deathbed, how you're cared for or how you take care of yourself. Anyways, so if they were trying to give me palliative care, they would be changing the temperature in the shower to exactly what I want. And if I felt like I wanted it a little bit hotter, it would be a little bit hotter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted it to toast up and get warm, it would be slightly more hotter than is appropriate for my body. Anyways, I know it sounds creepy and weird, but what they're doing instead is literally when I am uncomfortable, they are making me even more uncomfortable. Like right now, I'm in a towel and I'm trying to do my makeup because, like I said, I was super hot earlier. So I'm trying to like cool off, and I'm cooled off. In fact, they have my body, they could literally, they know how I'm feeling. They have my brain connected to an interface. They could see what parts of my brain are lighting up. They can't really read your mind, but they could see what parts of your brain are lighting up while you're doing something. And this is literally like 24/7 they're monitoring me. So they watch and they pick up on patterns. They're not just like doing it once like a x-ray is one snap of whatever's happening in your body. This is a continuous like x-ray like thing of your brain and body. So they know how I'm feeling. They basically can see what parts of my brain are lighting up right now, so they can understand what I'm feeling or thinking slightly. It's hard to explain. But so what they're doing, like I said, the reason I made this video is to tell you that there are medical applications to what they're doing. I'm not just like imagining, I'm not schizophrenic and imagining myself like being tortured and really I'm just like mentally ill. That's not what it is. But what they're also doing, what I wanted to document also, is the fact that I'm sitting here and I'm cooled off. And if I supposedly am receiving palliative care because I have cancer, why is the fan behind me being blown on me as if I have a fan literally right behind me and it's blowing onto my back? I have a ceiling fan on and it feels like a fan is on right behind me. What I'm saying is they're directing the air being created, the airflow being created by the fan, and they're putting it right on the back of my skin to make me cold. My hands and feet are cold right now, and they're literally making it worse. So imagine if someone had the ability to make someone who has cancer feel more comfortable while they're not feeling well. Imagine if that person who has cancer is literally being made to feel even worse than they already feel. Do you know what kind of sick people are behind this? Isn't that creepy to know? Like they can literally blow hot air on like an old person's really cold feet who can barely move and move the blanket over their feet without getting more uncomfortable. And instead of blowing that warm air on their feet, they're blowing cold air on their feet. Like, do you know how disgusting that is? Can you imagine if these people were in a courtroom and the prosecutors were telling the judge and a jury what they're doing to people? They would have I would say they'd have a ball sentencing them, but they would be so puzzled and perplexed. It would probably it's just unfathomable what they can do. And I just, whenever they affect me this way, and I'm like thinking, oh my God, this is happening to me. And then I imagine, oh, well, if they got caught, they'd go to, court and have to be sentenced and prosecuted, whatever. Can you imagine how the judge would feel? He would probably, after being perplexed and shocked, he would be like, we're going to have to punish you really good because you people are very, very dangerous and sick. So anyways, sorry for this video coming out to like 6.5 minutes, but I just wanted to remind you there are medical applications to directed energy weapons, and instead of them using the medical applications to make people more comfortable, they are torturing people. Torturing people.